Hello, everyone. I'm echoing. Never a dull moment. Okay, so I'm trying something different tonight. See if you can hear me okay. Hi, Roberta. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if there's an echo. I am trying to figure out what the problem is here. Okay. No echo. You can hear just fine. Okay, good. I'm hearing an echo, but I'm just going to work through it. Maybe I need to turn off my computer sound, but that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we're not going to let that mess with our launch, are we? Okay, so hello, welcome. My name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. You can find more information about me and projects and all of that lovely stuff on my blog at www.stampingwithhart.blogspot.com. So one thing that I wanted to mention really before I get started is if you haven't already signed up for my email list, I'm going to put a link in the comments. Let me go ahead and copy and paste it in now. So this is a way that you can sign up for my email if you're not already on there. After tonight's live, I'm going to be announcing a new class. I'm going to be doing a Christmas in July class with the Cottage Reefs bundle and with the new gingham cottage paper. So it's going to be really cute, and I'll have more details coming up on that, but just wanted to mention that. Okay, so as you guys come in, whether you're watching live or in the replay, be sure to say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you guys think of the new catalog. Have you gotten your catalogs yet? I want to hear what your favorites are, so be sure to leave me a comment. All right, so I'm going to go back to this for just a moment, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So the reason that I'm using StreamYard tonight is because we're going to be pointing down to my table, but I just wanted to say hello, just let you kind of see me for a few minutes, and I get to talk to you for a few minutes, and then we're going to jump into this. So there's a lot going on. It's July 1st, 2022. And we are launching the new mini catalog and the Sale-a-Bration brochure. There's also a new starter kit offer that they have going on with this really cool Making Plans collection. I'll be talking a little bit about that too. But in addition to what Stampin' Up is launching, I am also launching a Christmas in July class. So much to talk about. There's not going to be a card made on the live tonight. What I'm going to do is just go through the catalog, chat with everybody. We'll talk as we go through it. If you guys have any questions for me, be sure to let me know. And then we'll go back to all of our crafting tutorials and all of that with my live on Sunday. Now, I know this is the 4th of July weekend, so everybody have a very safe and happy weekend. But I am, as of now, planning to go live. So I'm going to go ahead and point down to the table here, and we can start going through all of the goodies. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can get this going. Roberta is saying that the gnomes are her favorite. They are adorable. Okay, let's see if I can switch this. Okay, can everybody see that all right? Hopefully. Okay, so I don't normally go live on Friday at 7:30, so I'm feeling like it's Thursday night. So my usual is Thursday lives. But let's go ahead and start going through everything. So this is our mini catalog. If you have not already received a catalog, or if you're new and you're interested in getting a catalog, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to send you a catalog. Just let me know. I forget that my table shakes a little, so I'll have to be nice to it. We're going to have to deal with this little StreamYard logo in the upper right-hand corner. That's what happens when you use the free version. So I apologize for that, but this is how I wanted to try to do the launch tonight. So we'll see. Hi, Judith. How are you doing? So nice to have you here. South Carolina, how's the weather where you are? So this is the mini catalog. We're going to do a walkthrough of the catalog tonight. And then here is the Sale-a-Bration Brochure. So if you've never heard of Sale-a-Bration before, I'm just going to talk really briefly about it, and then we'll go ahead and start looking through everything. Sale-a-Bration is good from today until August 31st, 2022. If you place what they call a qualifying order, that means an order where you're spending $50 or $100 before tax, you actually earn free rewards that you can choose from the Sale-a-Bration Brochure. Hi, Kathy. How are you? So it's such a wonderful time to get excited, get stocked up for the holidays, you know, pick the themes that you're going to be going with through the, the season, the cards that you're going to be making, and get some free rewards while you are shopping. This is such a great time to do that. So we're going to go through the catalog. We're going to go through the Sale-a-Bration Brochure, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about our planner. This is from the Making Plans collection, and I'll talk a little bit about how you can get this a little bit later on. So again, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I think that's just out of camera there. Okay, good. So I'm going to go through, we're going to page through the catalog first, and then we'll go through some of our designer series papers and all of that lovely stuff, and just have a nice little holiday launch chat. So I'm going to start right from the beginning. Absolutely gorgeous. One of the best things about Stampin' Up! Catalogs is they make it very easy to understand the layout. They let you know where all of the main suites are. So this is always good if you're new to a catalog, to just kind of orient yourself and see what the catalog's all about. They have some more information down here. This is really cool. I haven't really talked much about this yet. This is called the Nourish and Flourish Kit. And look at how cute that box is. But this is also what they call a Making a Difference stamp set, because when you purchase this, there are proceeds, I believe, that will go to, let's see, I think it's right over here. Yes, with each Nourish and Flourish kit you purchase, they'll donate $3 to support organizations working to end food insecurity. So that's something to keep in mind, and that's right in the beginning of the catalog. Okay, you guys know I love kits. And don't panic. I took a poll asking if you guys wanted me to focus purely on Christmas in July, like all holiday products this month, or if you wanted me to do a mix. And 75% of you said that you wanted me to mix it up. So part Christmas in July and then part regular products. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to mix it up. We're going to kick it off with Christmas in July, but we're going to be still working with our paper pumpkin kit in July, and we're still going to be looking at some regular products too. But they are pointing out paper pumpkin and the kits collection here. This is one of the best things, I think, personally, that you could gift. So if you're looking to get some affordable gifts, or if you're doing any Secret Santas or thinking, you know, anything like that, consider the kits collection or consider paper pumpkin, because they're really great to get people started, or it's great for a party or a favor. It could be really great. And they have more information here about subscribing to paper pumpkin if that's something you are interested in. All right, so let's start getting into all of the fabulousness here. So I'm just going to go page by page because I can't seem to do a two-page layout with the way that my camera is set up, and that's okay. So this one is called Sweetest Christmas. I have a couple of non-negotiables in this catalog, and Sweetest Christmas is one of the two. So this is a Christmas class I'm planning on having in August. And I'll talk a little bit about that in just a second, but I just want to walk you through the way that they've laid out a suite versus a bundle versus individual product, especially if you're new to the catalog. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Rebecca. So nice to have you guys here. So, and a special shout out to everybody who signed up for my paper share. The paper share order is in. I am so excited. I was a little bit nervous today, but I was excited too. And the goodies are on their way. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about along with the catalog tonight is I'm going to be offering Christmas classes each month for the next 5 months. And this is so for anybody who wants to participate in classes, start building up their Christmas cards. I am going to be offering classes every month up until December. So for July, August, September, October, and November, each month, we are going to do a card class. And I'm going to send a separate email out with all the details about if you want to participate in the classes individually, or if you're interested in taking all 5. So there will be more information about that. You would sign up individually every month. But if you do all 5 months, there will be a perk in there for you. And that'll be a gift from me at the end of the 5th month. The other thing is that everybody who signs up for a Christmas class with me each month will have an opportunity to win the 6 sample cards that I make in the video tutorial. So that'll be fun too. I'll draw a name from the people who are participating in those classes each month. So, and I'll have all the details laid out in an email. So if you haven't already signed up for my list, I have a link to sign up and I will send that out after this live is over. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into Sweetest Christmas. There were 2 suites in here, and this was one of the 2 that I saw that I thought, I'm a classic Christmas girl. I'm actually wearing my red and black buffalo check shirt just, to celebrate the occasion. But when I saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, I absolutely have to do this. So Sweetest Christmas is what we kind of unofficially call like a mega suite, because there's so much going on here. And even if you just did parts of it, you're still going to make phenomenal cards. But of course, to get the whole suite would be amazing too. So on this first page, they have this suite collection and then an item number. And next to the item number, a price. And what that means is with that one item number, you would get everything on this page. So anything that you see on this page, 2 bundles, 2 spools of ribbon, these sequins, the adhesive back sequins, this specialty paper, this is glimmer paper, and then also the designer series paper, like mega. All of that is part of this number. Now, if you don't want to do the entire suite, you can purchase the bundles, and they have the item number for each bundle right here. And if you see this 10% bundled savings sign, that means that you can save 10% on those 2 products, the stamp set and the dies, when you purchase it as a bundle. Okay, so because there are 2 bundles here, they have the sweet candy canes, and then they also have the Christmas banners bundle. Now, if you don't want to buy a bundle, you just want the stamp set, you can do that too. You're going to flip to the next page, and there will be an option to just purchase the stamp set, or they have more details about the bundle here, and it tells you you get both. And then also right here, the candy cane dies can also be purchased separately. So they have all of the individual numbers, but they have the bundle numbers too. So I know that can seem a little bit confusing when you're first going through a catalog, but I just wanted to point that out. So if you just want to get the sequins, you could do that. If you just want to get the glimmer paper, everything is available individually or as a bundle or as a suite. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. I just wanted to point this out really quick because I was like dying to open the catalog and show everybody this, and of course we couldn't. But there is actually a die that you can create a little tag and slide it onto a candy cane. Is that fabulous? I mean, that is such a cute little favorite idea. I just think that that is great. So cute. They think of everything. This is what that die looks like there. So that is part of the Sweet Candy Canes bundle. And I think that one of the most versatile sets the entire season will be this one with the banners. That's incredible. Okay, so Sweetest Christmas, I'm probably going to spend a little more time on just because I love it so much. But let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments. And then here, because there's two bundles, they actually have 2 pages. So this is this stamp set, nice and up close. Another thing to point out, if you've never seen before, let me go to this page. I think this will be easier to see. Do you see how some of these are in cream and then some are not? Okay, so, well, almost all of these are, aren't they? So they all have coordinating dies. But here, anything that you see that is in that cream color, it means that it has a coordinating die to cut out that stamped image. And that's a good thing to know. And if you look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, there's 10 coordinating pieces. I'm not sure. I think these cut out individually. So that's cool to know too. So if you'd want to cut out those berries, you could. So tons of detail there. But anytime you see that and some are one color and some are just gray, that's why. Okay, so for the next one, let's see. This is cute. So they're just letting you guys know, if you've never done, if you don't have a tool for die cutting, we have the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. We have 2 sizes. There's the full size and the mini. All right, so here we have the Spruced Up Bundle. Now, I haven't even had a chance to fully look at this catalog. You guys might still be working your way through it too if you've just gotten them in the mail. But so many fun and fabulous things. And one of the great things about this catalog is there are so many different styles. Hi, Tracy, how are you? So you guys will have to let me know if you like this particular style, or if you're somebody who likes to have ornaments on cards, or if you make handmade ornaments for your tree. I used to make photo ornaments as like a family tree, but for Christmas. So I had photos of all my family. I will bring those back out again someday, but Connor's a little bit rough on our ornaments, so I've been kind of keeping those protected until he gets a little bit older. Okay, so on this page, this was another one that I was just absolutely loving when I saw it. So this is Regal Reindeer. And again, we have a bundle option, and this set of dies looks absolutely incredible. Now they will reference another page. Let's see if they have it here. 77. So if you want to get a closer look at what comes in the die specifically, if you look at page 77, you can see better close-up images of the die sets. But again, you can see here, all of these images that are backed in white, they all have a coordinating die to cut out the images. And then you can see what they did with it over here. So here we have stamped images. Let me see if I can bring that up a little bit closer. We have stamped images that have been die cut. On this one, it's just die cut images for the 2 animals, which is really incredible. And then here you see a tree scene. So you could turn this into multiple different scenes. And they are mentioning up here a suggestion that you could add some snow, a snow effect to your tree using these pearlized enamel effects basics. And we'll talk about those a little bit more in a minute. I did use these and I love them. They are fabulous. But look at the artwork on that. Absolutely fabulous. I would consider this more traditional artwork. And this is one of those that when you look at it, it gives you like a nostalgic feeling, especially with the little child either handing something to the deer or putting something on the tree. I just think that that is such beautiful imagery. Good messaging too on that. Okay, so on this one, let me see. This is Mistletoe Magic Bundle. And this is one that I haven't really noticed yet. And I think it's because I've been so focused on the sweets. The samples in the catalog are amazing, Roberta. So she's talking about all of these card samples that the team worked so hard, the Stampin' Up design team, to create for the catalog. Absolutely incredible. So here, there is going to be we'll have all of the sentiments that we could ever possibly desire in this catalog and all of the themes that we could possibly want. So you have a lot to choose from here. I love the font of this Merry Christmas right here. And if anybody loves that traditional mistletoe look, again, we have some coordinating dies there. Christmas blessings to you and yours. May the miracle of the season bring peace. I just think that that is so beautiful. So let me know what you guys think of that one. I think that that's pretty. I haven't looked too much at this one yet. And they're letting us know, don't forget about your Stampin' Write markers if you want to use those and, you know, either add them as an artistic effect or even if you want to journal or write in your cards. So here was my other non-negotiable. And that is because of Connor. So this is the Santa Express suite. Oh my goodness. Can you even stand the imagery on this? I think that the minute people turn to this page in the catalog, if they had anyone in their lives who loves trains, they just melted. My son has loved trains from the time that he was teeny tiny. And I have been wanting Stampin' Up! To do a really super cute train set. And when I saw this, it was exactly what I wanted. I am so thrilled with this. So I will be doing a class with this one as well. I believe this one's going to be in September. And of course, just depending on product availability, I might have to change things around, but I'll be sharing more of that, you know, month to month. But that is the plan, at least. And oh my God, such fantastic samples. Just like Roberta was saying, look at this train. Look at the penguins in the train, the trim. Oh my gosh, it is so fabulous. This is multicultural too. So that is fabulous. If you don't want to do stamping, you just want to cut out images from the designer series paper. That is what the artists did here. With this couple. And of course, we know that this is Mr. and Mrs. Claus. We have a gift bag here. So remember, with your 12 by 12 paper, you can make really cute gift bags and tags. They're kind of peeking and showing some of that designer series paper down here. So again, when you see these big, fabulous, almost like a cover page, the suite number is going to be right underneath it. And then everything that you would get in the suite is on this next page. And again, anything could be purchased individually. So aside from the obvious about how fabulous the bundle is, there are so many coordinating pieces to this particular suite that you would not be required to stamp. So if you really want to keep it simple, or if this is one of those card making projects you want to try to incorporate with your kids or your grandkids, these memory and more cards and envelopes, and then also the card pack here, they're such a great way to make cards very quickly and easily. Same with the imagery on the paper. And then here, I think this is one of those things that maybe we don't notice right away. You can actually get, let me see if I can say the right thing. Charming Landscapes embossing folders. There are 2 folders, 6 1/4 by 3 3/8. So this is a nice, like kind of like a half longer layout here. So cute. So I just wanted to point that out. And here we can see a close-up of this stamp set. And if you are a memory keeper, if you are a scrapbooker or you like to journal or anything like that, they are suggesting that this could be ideal for that, especially with these pocket sleeves. And then here you can get a much better idea of the stamp set. So this is one of those that really captures more of that whimsical Christmas feel. So I just think it's absolutely fabulous. This is one of my favorite fonts in the catalog. Elf approved, Merry Christmas, special delivery. I love having a special delivery stamp every year. And then you can switch out what is popping out of the little caboose of the train. Okay, so I won't spend too much time on that, but I love that set so much. Okay, so here is getting into more winter themes. And you guys can let me know what you think of that. I know Tracy is saying that the catalog is so good. Oh, my Aunt Melinda is here. Hello, she is my Christmas in July buddy. We love Christmas in July, both of us. We watch all the things. Hallmark started their Christmas in July today, by the way. Home shopping Christmas in July has kicked off, so we're in full swing with all of the motivation. And let's see. Hi, Joan. How are you? So glad you could be here. Okay, so this next set is called the Joyful Flurry Bundle. And I think one of the first things that stood out to me, aside from the beautiful snowflakes, because they always do fabulous snowflakes, are these little adhesive back sequins and gems. Look at that. Can you guys see those? I was so sorry I didn't order those like immediately as soon as I saw them, but you can go through the catalog 10 times and you miss things, and then all of a sudden you're looking at it and you're like, oh my gosh, I need those. So I think those are gorgeous. But look at the dies that we have going on here. And I can, again, you can go to page 75 if you want to see like a bigger, sort of more detailed look at that. But look at the samples. So it looks like these particular dies cut in. They cut into the paper. So they cut a snowflake design into the paper, and you can sort of pop up the snowflake to make it look three-dimensional and kind of come out of the paper, which is so cool. And then you also have the dies that are going to fully cut out snowflakes for you as well. And there's 1, 2, 3 different 4 options there. And it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different options that cut in to your paper as well. Absolutely gorgeous, kind of covers all the design bases there for you. Some of these look pretty large. So just looking at this sample, you could do 2 passes of one of the cut in snowflake dies, and all you need to do is add a sentiment. Isn't that great? Okay, so if you love the winter theme, that's a great one. Okay, gingerbread. This is another weakness of Connor's. He loves gingerbread, all the things. I started collecting gingerbread. As a matter of fact, my aunt is the one who gets us a new piece of gingerbread decor each year. And I love when they do gingerbread sets. So this year's is really adorable. Let me see if I can bring that up a little bit closer, and you can just start to get a feel. And of course, this is suggesting more of that pastel Christmas theme, which is so much fun. I think especially for the kids, the grandkids, if you bake gingerbread, right? If you guys do a gingerbread house together, you build one and bake one every year together. This is such a cute set to have, and great fonts. Look at how big they are. Absolutely love that. We got the trim on the house, just really great. So you can see, and I think this is true for most of the sets that I've seen in this holiday catalog. The dies, there are so many. So let me see if it will say, yeah, there's 18. There's 18 dies in this set. I think it's very easy to miss that there's this long fence. Like there's this long fencing here. And I wish I had this in person to show you, because I'm going to tell you right now, anybody who loves Halloween, this gingerbread set could very easily be turned into a Halloween project. And it's on my mind. So I'm thinking on that one. But for those of you who really are in this for Christmas, They have sort of a very easy snow globe design, just a simple circle die creating this look. And then of course, gingerbread treat boxes. You could do that too. So really, really cute. You would just have to get a little creative with the house that cuts out, the die cut house, to create your little treat box there. Okay, and then on this side, for anybody who's handmade, this feels like a must. So this is called Handmade Wishes Bundle, and we have a lot of stamps here. Let's see, there's 30. There are 30 stamps in this set. Look at that. So if anybody is looking for some sentiments for the new year, if you are somebody who likes to send New Year wishes or New Year cards, there is that in here for you as well. But this one includes a punch as part of the bundle, and it punches out this piece. And these are the two coordinating stamps that would go with it. So really, really cute. And then you can see right up here, they created a little gingerbread tag. We have another one here. So, so cute. Here it is as like a centerpiece on a card. Really fabulous. And then I love when they have these slightly curved stamps, but we have baked, we have handmade. I bake every year for Christmas. So I love that. But you guys will have to let me know. When you guys are making things for Christmas, do you primarily do cards, or do you like to make like treat bags and tags? Do you have like a certain recipe that you make every year and then like put like a super cute little tag or package on it? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. Okay, so here we have what they call a returning favorite, and they certainly are. Anybody who was part of last year's catalog knew just how difficult it was to get these little guys. So they carried them over into this catalog. I am so glad I have this set. We will be using it. They are adorable. Okay, so Penguin Place is the name of this stamp set. It's back, and if you're interested, here we go. There's also a Penguin Builder punch that coordinates with it if you are interested. Okay, so we won't stay on this one too long since it's a returning favorite, but if you love penguin theme, winter theme, perfect. And that one covers birthday too. Okay, so this is also a returning favorite. So again, I won't spend too much time on this. This is called Merriest Moments. Gorgeous. There's the reason why that came back. Look at that font. Love that. Okay, so I am a floral person. I am a botanicals and a floral person. I love all of this. Poinsettias, wreaths, holly, all of that. So I think that this is absolutely stunning. But I will say that I do think that this is for a certain style. So you guys can let me know in the comments of what you think of Boughs of Holly. When I see this, I think of a very traditional stamp set to the point of being vintage. Absolutely stunning. I love all of the pops of gold and the natural wood elements that they have in here. And of course, with this page, we have the sweet number. And here is everything that goes with it. This paper is so rich. I mean, it just has this very distinct look to it. I absolutely love it. But here is the bundle. Here are these, they're called textural elements. We have this natural woven ribbon. So again, it all really contributes to like almost like a texture and style that goes with this suite. And over here, they are giving you guys the idea that you could take these natural elements and you could use your Stampin' Blends to color them. And also those pearl effects that are in the catalog this year could also be used on these to create more of like three-dimensional berries if you would want. Okay, and then let's go to, oh, this is I think this is one of the best sets like in the catalog, one of the best stamp sets. Everything about this is just joyful. It's so cute. So if you really like this look, if you like big sentiments, if you like to color words like they did here, you're going to love this set. I just think that this is so cool. So this is a stamp set that we're looking at right here. Love the imagery of the lights. Oh my goodness. In the magic. Believe in the magic. Jingle all the way. 'Tis the season to be jolly. People are going to do fabulous things. You guys are going to see some incredible samples with this one. I just know it. Okay, decorated with happiness bundle. This one snuck by me. I did not notice this the first few times that I looked at it, but here's the thing. So these stamps loosely color these ornaments and these branches. So you do not have to hand color all of this. You could just do a coordinating stamp. And you can see how incredible the card samples are on this particular set. Is that gorgeous? Isn't that fabulous? I absolutely love that. I love that look. And here with the die cut pieces, so there's a lot of die cuts in this one, 21 dies with this particular bundle. And somebody did all of these fill pieces, and it looks like they colored the glimmer paper and popped it into the ornament. That is one of the most creative, cute things that I've seen in terms of samples in this catalog. I think that that is just, it caught my attention after I started going through the catalog like a second or third time. And then one thing that I did want to point out is they have these really cute flat Jingle Bell trinkets. Now, a couple of years ago, they did these Jingle Bells, but they were three-dimensional. They kind of were not easy to put in a envelope. Like if you're sending a card, like it was definitely more bulky. You kind of had to put it in a gift bag or something. These are flat. So these are going to be a lot easier to decorate with. They are adorable. You get 20 of them for $7.50, and they have an antique gold look. Okay, so this I think is going to be a favorite. You guys can let me know what you think of this. I'm really curious for people's opinions on the Christmas Barn Bundle. When I was coming up with my list for classes, I really struggled with this one. I struggled about whether I should do a class with this, or I was trying to decide between this and the gnomes. I know that Roberta's going to tell me to do the gnomes. I was really, because we only have like 5 months really to get ready. So here you can see, look at the artwork on that. Is that classic or what? So we have the horse and the sleigh. We have this fencing here. We have the barn, this really tall, fabulous tree. We have this stamp here. And it looks like we even have pieces that are going to fit and cut out sentiments. That is tricky to get. So that is really fabulous. Like if you look at the outline here for May Joy Fill Your Heart This Season, or Merry Christmas to You and Yours, look at how closely that die is going to fit that in to cut that out. And you can see that here. Isn't that gorgeous? So whether or not you would want to leave these, you know, black and white, or just color it, you know, stamp it in red and not color it in, it would be fabulous. And then we have an entire scene here, a whole winter scene here. I love this card, and it really is the most wonderful time of year. And here is a really clever, this is one of my absolute favorite things to do, you guys know, on cards, is to do a repeat technique. And they did a repeat stamp and die cut wreath all over this card. And I mean, look at how that pays off. That looks so gorgeous. And in multiple colors too, different reds and greens all throughout. But this die cut for the words, I just think that makes it worth it. That's really cute. Now, in addition to this fencing that we have here, there is an individual die that will cut out a fence without needing a stamp, and that's here. Okay, so that's on either side of the barn here. And then we have the detail piece that will cut out the stamped fence. Two completely different looks. One does not need a stamp, one does. Fabulous. And I mean, you could actually color this without having the stamp, but it's just easier with the stamp. So love that. I love the Christmas Barn Bundle personally. I thought this one really stood out to me when I went through the catalog. I really noticed this the first time around. Okay, Painted Christmas. This designer series paper is a returning favorite. That might be the only returning designer series paper in this catalog, I think. And then here we have Friends and Family. This is a stamp set. Look at the artwork on this. absolutely incredible. If you are somebody who got the natural tone Stampin' Blends so that you can customize your images for your family and for your friends or whoever you're sending cards to this year, you can use your natural tone blends on this particular stamp set. And we can, you know, this can be just, you know, the mom and the child here, or the entire family, or it could be the dad and 2 kids over here. Like, we can kind of change this up, but we have all of those stamps from all of us is a wonderful one to have. I just absolutely love the artwork on this. For anybody who's considering getting window wishes that I just showed in a recent video, this is going to go perfectly with window wishes. Love, love, love this. Okay, this is another big one. This is another big set. So this one is called Lights Aglow. I think that this one is going to be really popular, but I'm curious as to what you guys think. Let me know what you think of this particular suite. So you can get a really good feel of, this is like a clean classic look, and it has the classic colors, but a little bit more elegant. So again, we have a lot of gold here, but really, really pretty. Your suite number is right here. And then here is everything that you would get. And again, there are 2 bundles in this particular suite. We have, again, part of that more, I think, elegant look that we have going on with this particular suite. We have glimmer specialty paper. We have festive foils. We have this festive pearls, which you can get in the red, gold, silver, and like a really soft, I'll tell you what color it is, soft succulent. Or here you can get the, what number is this? Number 3, gold and vanilla satin edged ribbon. I mean, there's a very distinct style here. These papers, I feel like they look subtle on the page, but when you see them in person, they really stand out. And I am going to show you these. So just depending on which one that you would want, this particular bundle, and let me turn the page because you can see them much bigger on these pages here. But this particular bundle, which is called Christmas Lights, is all imagery. Okay, so, and classic imagery. So you have the tree, the snowflake, a smaller version, some more snowflakes, and then these lights, these Christmas lights and banner looks with the stars and the dots. So with the dies look absolutely incredible. And again, like, it cuts the images in or out, just depending. And then the next bundle is all sentiments. Sentiments, sentiments, sentiments. So if you are looking for a really nice sentiment stamp set, something that's going to cover a lot of bases, this is fantastic. We have so many different things here to look at. We have Happy New Year, Season's Greetings, 'Tis the Season, which I really love, Joy, wishing you a season of hope and light. And this has a real theme of light going on. Hoping your Christmas shines bright with the love of family and friends. Let me see. Let's go through here. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Let your heart be light. To you and yours this Christmas, all is merry and bright. I mean, come on, that's pretty fabulous. I don't know if I read them all, but they are fabulous. And then of course we have some really nice die cuts in the die set that's gonna cut and fit these perfectly. So that's really nice. Now we're getting into some really adorable sets. Okay, so here we have the Christmas Scotty bundle. How cute are they? Oh my gosh, if you guys like Scotty dogs, and this doesn't have to just be Christmas, but this is really, really fun. I love the ribbon, but it almost looks like a leash too. I don't know, it could be probably be both. We have some plaid here, but look at how cute this is. So you can actually stamp this out and then stamp or die, not die cut, I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. You can punch out the image with the dog. So cute. And it cuts out a bow too. May your days be furry and bright. You are always loved. Wolf, Merry Christmas. And then absolutely adorable samples right here. Love those cards. So, so cute. Judith loves that one. I know. And Sunny's loving it too. Here we go. This is Seal of Approval, SEAL. How cute is that? Oh, and just an honorable mention of our Stars treat bags, which they're kind of pointing out here. And they use this. These have, it looks like they're laser cut in little stars, so you can see through the bag here. And then there's a tag with this cute little bag. So this is ideal for that. This is actually addressing granddaughter and grandson, which is really cool. One of my favorite things about this, aside from the fact that you can actually put a tree next to these seals, is this imagery right here of them like potentially like jumping up out of the water, or they're kind of like resting on something. I thought that was a really cool stamp. So you've got my seal of approval. Here together or miles apart, you're always there in my heart. I love that. Hope your Christmas makes a big splash. That is just adorable. And if you guys have that die that will cut out multiple circles all at once, or whether you have a circle set that you use to make this effect, this is a really cute sample card here. Those are picture this dies, by the way, that they're mentioning that they used with that card. Okay, so this was one of my favorites when I saw it, and it was just because I knew I was going to use it with like literally everything. So when I did my video the other day, I couldn't show you this card, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to case this card. I think I'm going to case this card pretty exactly. I might change the color of the houses, but that pretty much sold the set to me, and it doesn't even have a window on it. But here they used the window on the cover. Well, I don't want to say on the cover. It's on a gift box. So you could use this as a tag. You could use it on gift wrap like they're doing here, or you can use it on a card front. But Window Wishes, I think, is going to go with any season. So this is such a good versatile set. This is the bundle here. In terms of imagery, we have some greenery, we have the garland, we have the houses, the trees, we have sort of a winter tree scene here, the car, the candles, so many different things that you can do with this set. I don't know if I have the card sitting here that I made with that. Yeah, I do. So if you guys did not see that video, this is the card for that particular set that I did for Window Wishes. And those who ordered my paper share are actually going to get this card, that card kit as part of it. Okay, so here, North Pole Mischief. Need I say more? I'm just going to lift this up closer because it's that cute. So if you guys love pet themes, you're probably going to want this one. We have a paw print here. You've been good mostly. So you've been good this year mostly. We got the kitty cat with the fish. We have one that kind of got red. This reminds me of the Grinch, where the cat is all wrapped up and the dog has the ribbon. So cute. And these are a little bit more on the side of if you like to color your images. And they did a really great job, like adding some color here to the ears and the tail. Really, really cute, the shading that they did. And they're showing that they use the watercolor pencils to do that coloring. Isn't that cool? And here is another picture of the window dies with that car as part of the background. Is that cool or what? I love that. Okay, for the Yeti. I thought of Patrick when I saw this. We have a joke around here about Bigfoot, and this is the next best thing. In terms of a stamp set, this is probably as close as I'm going to get to Bigfoot. But this one is called Yeti to Party. So if you have any kids or grandkids who are into the Yeti or anything like that, I think this is going to be a must. You can even put a little cup of hot chocolate in the Yeti's hand. So cute. We have an ice cream cone, a heart. There are some snow-capped mountains here, a present, a bird, a snowflake, a couple actually. holiday hugs, winter wishes, get ready to party. It's your birthday. I love having winter birthday sentiments. I think that's great. Now over here, they are sneaking in a background stamp. Now this is one of those things that you might not have noticed, but here it is. So this sample up here, this one as well actually, are both this very large snowflake, and it actually measures 4 by 3/16 by 4 3/4 inches. It's big. And it's a very detailed snowflake stamp. So if you like statement background stamps, consider that snowflake. It is gorgeous. And I mean, this is what it looks like heat embossed, and it is stunning. I wish I had better quality on StreamYard. It drives me crazy, but I absolutely love that snowflake. So cool. Okay, so this is called Trees for Sale. This one, I believe, is this the one? Roberta, if you're still here, let me know if this is the one. I can check in the Sale-a-Bration brochure in just a minute. I think this is the stamp set that has coordinating dies in the Sale-a-Bration catalog, but I will go check. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and it can also be a two-step stamp set here with the look, just depending on what you're doing. You can see there's a two-step look here, and you can see how they did the strand of lights up on that card. Really, really cute, really more of a tree theme, but I love that Trees for Sale sign with the little doggy, and it's a little silhouette puppy. Really, really cute. They're mentioning Whimsical Woodland 3D embossing folder down here, and you can see that pattern was sort of, it looks like it was either sanded or that they added some of the craft white ink to it, one or the other. Okay. All right. So now here we have Hope and Peace. This is a gorgeous stamp set, fabulous fonts and sentiments, and just depending on what you like for your Christmas cards and how you celebrate the season, you know, this is what Christmas is really about. So if you need sentiments, God's blessing to you, wishing you the hope and peace of Christ this season, all of that, all the way down the list here. The Weary World Rejoices. I love that one. Tidings of Comfort and Joy. So many different ones here. That's 9, but there are some that could be better for the inside of a card, and then some that are really nice for the front, like a card front right here. And they're also showing this fabulous snowflake specialty vellum. I cannot wait to see what that looks like in person. That looks gorgeous. So 6 sheets of this, 2 each of 3 designs. It's part iridescent foil and part white flocking. And it's kind of hard to see there in the catalog, but that sounds gorgeous. Okay, and then here we're continuing with these themes. This one is called Peace to You, and absolutely gorgeous artwork here. Look at that. And I mean, that pretty much says it all, right? So you can see just from this card alone, let me see if I can lift that up or bring that a little bit closer. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but turn to page 41 in your catalog. I think that these are 2 of like the most stunning cards in the catalog. And then up here, they have something called Metallic and Shimmer 6x6 specialty paper. Beautiful. Okay. And then I'm going to try to keep going. I could talk about everything all day. Oh, here's Roberta's favorite. Okay, so this is Storybook Gnomes. Here is the suite number right here. You guys can see heavy blue influence here. So if you love that blue Christmas theme, that's going to be for you. And then also here, let's just kind of break this down. So we have our bundle. We have this balmy blue and white double stitched ribbon. We have this fine sparkle adhesive back gems, and they're in 4 different colors, really super sparkly. They also have the Snowfall Accents puff paint, which I think that, yes, that's a returning fave. And then the designer series paper, which I think steals the show because of all of those super cute gnome scenes that they have. But look at these guys. So you can, again, purchase all of this individually, or you could do the bundle. But how cute are they? And here is an example down here of one of the gnomes that they colored with Stampin' Blends. And he's a cutie. So they're really, really sweet. Okay, I love the color combo here. Very unexpected, especially for winter. Poppy Parade, Pale Papaya, Bermuda Bay, Pool Party, Balmy Blue, and Pacific Point. All right. I mean, look at this. I mean, that's an entire, that's like a, you could hang that up. That's like a shadow box. Okay, and then here we have Snowman Magic Bundle. So let me just turn here. All right, so I think one of the most standout things that I noticed about this was this framed in die cut here. So it cuts in all of these snowflakes, like edged along with the frame. That to me is gorgeous. I love framed anything. So I just think that that really stands out. That's nice. But you also have all of these stamps here. There's 29 stamps here. The ones that are bolded in white are the ones that have coordinating dies to go with it. Multiple different size, you know, sentiments, different fonts. Really, really pretty. If you love a snowman theme, which you guys can let me know in the comments, if you like the snowman theme, then this one would be for you. Now, the past few years when I have done my, when I've done my crafting, I did not buy a snowman stamp set, but I went crazy with the snowman that they had in the paper pumpkin kit last year. I don't know if you guys remember him, but for some reason, I just haven't been buying snowmen. Okay, so here we have all bundled up, and I'm pretty sure that this needs to be in my collection. I don't know what you guys think of this one. You can let me know in the comments. I like to color, and this is exactly the type of art that I would love to color. I think that these guys are adorable. I had done an Easter card where you could do like this flicking technique with your Stampin' Blends to create fur. And you could do that with these guys too. So cute. So it's feeling a lot like Christmas. Your friendship warms my heart. You're the coolest. I think that is so much fun. And you could use these in combination with the penguins too if you wanted. But really adorable samples here. And you can see the way that they colored them. And it looks like they used water painters to do some of the coloring. So, so cute. And this, you can see this bird was colored with the water painters. Okay, and I'm trying to keep it moving. I'm trying to keep it moving. You guys know we're heading into harvest here. Okay, so Perched in a Tree. You can get this bundle, and I think that so many people are going to be loving this. Look at that imagery. Oval, number one. That's enough for me. But all of this fabulous tree imagery. And then you also have all of this happening over here. I love ink blot stamps. There's so much that you could do with that with backgrounds. Same with this one, little splatter pattern. So we have the tree branch. We have this very full little bird right here. If you guys know what kind of bird that is, let me know. So they're calling that the aspen tree dies. There are 8 stamps in this particular set. You can see the coordinating pieces that will cut these out. Your kindness warms my heart. I think that's really nice. Not necessarily anything to do with Christmas. Wishing you abundant joy and peace. Sorry. Let heaven and nature sing. Oh my goodness. No matter the season, I am here for you. That's very heartfelt. That's very sweet. So you can see sort of the different ways that they've used this. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that die. Oh, I wish they would do like a whole set of just really fabulous frame dies, like full-size frame dies that have scenes just like that, a whole set of dies. I would love that. Okay, what's this one? Countless Trees. Okay, so this is new to me. I did not notice this before. So if you like to do combination trees, this looks like this is a stamp set for you. It is also pointing out the fact that it's a reversible. So you can use both sides of these stamp sets, or these stamps, I should say. They're kind of sneaking Wink of Stella in here. So remember, you can use your, if you need to replenish your Wink of Stella for the new holiday season, they did add some pops of Wink of Stella here. Oh, this one is so popular, you guys. I've been checking the inventory reports all day, and this one is already on low inventory. Can you believe it? You probably can, because it's fabulous. So, okay, we're going to talk a little bit about Harvest. This is the Rustic Harvest Suite. This is where you can find the item number for the entire suite. If you're just tuning into the live, the suite number is on this big display page, and then everything that you would get with this suite is on the next page here. So absolutely fabulous artwork on this designer series paper. This is one of the things that I've been waiting to show you. I heat emboss a lot, and I cannot wait to get that Embossing Editions toolkit. This has a tray that will hold the powder and funnel it back into your container, whatever container you use. I just use the containers from Stampin' Up. So this is going to be ideal for me. It has the brush, which I'm always saying, I wish I had a brush. It has these tweezers. I think there's a fancy name for it. Crafting tweezers is what they're calling it. And then the Embossing Buddy is back. So they took the Embossing Buddy away a couple of years ago for some reason. And I don't really know if anybody knows why, but I don't. I'm just so glad it's back, because an anti-static tool is so important when you're heat embossing. And I'm so happy you can get it in this little toolkit. Okay, so here is our Hello Harvest bundle. We have the leaf label and amber gem combo pack. This is incredible. Cannot wait to use that. Basic black cardstock 12 by 12. This is so popular. It's already on back order. I mean, I don't think for very long, but it's already on back order. So maybe that is a clue that we should have that all the time. Okay, so Rustic Harvest 12 by 12 designer series paper. I don't really think I need to describe it that much, other than the fact that it's pretty incredible in terms of all of its coloring and pumpkins and fabulousness and leaves. So everything about this bundle in this suite is fabulous. If you want to see the artwork up a little bit closer, you can see we have these coordinating dies for these particular stamps. You are such a blessing. Hello, you are missed. Wishing you the loveliest day with this banner. Isn't that absolutely incredible? Love the multicolored pumpkins that they did in this particular sample card here. Really, really beautiful. Okay, so here is Gathered Wheat. I don't know what you guys think of this one. It's okay. This is probably a little bit lower on my list, but I do love the sentiments. The image of the wheat, I just don't know if I would use it. But thinking of you, simply thankful for all you do. My heart is filled with gratitude. I love, love, love the fonts on this, the combination of fonts too. But in terms of the bundle, that is available here. You could do the bundled savings, or you could get these pieces individually, and this is what they did with it. Okay. This one's fun. For people who love to color, this is a fun one. Fond of Autumn is what it's called. Autumn wishes, thank you. Gotta love that classic acorn. Sending many thanks. Happy thoughts of you. I'm so fond of you. So, so cute with this really nice, bold background stamp. And it has an accompanying die to it as well. Really cool banner stamp and die that you could use with this. So this is really nice in terms of fall. And then they've actually used it as gift wrap as well. Okay, so this one I definitely have had my eye on. This is called Soft Seedlings. Really beautiful stamp set. You can see what they did with it up here. And then look at this pheasant, painted pheasant.
So I didn't know what I thought of that when I first saw it, but he's pretty cute. So I don't know if I would get that, but if you like to celebrate Thanksgiving or you like to do Thanksgiving projects, many of you told me that you do, it's here. Grateful, happy Thanksgiving, a pleasant little note. Really, really cute. And that's a distinctive stamp. This is also distinctive, by the way. Okay, so the next one, I was really thinking this could be fabulous for back to school. This could also be fabulous for memory keeping, for anything, if you do baked, anything baked apple, homemade applesauce, anything like that. Apple harvest. We go apple picking every year at a local farm, so I know I would use this for that, but I love their samples too. So this one says, thanks for your kindness. And I think that this is an ideal back to school card. If you are thinking about doing a set of cards for teachers as the kids go back to school in August and September. They're mentioning some Stampin' Blend shades here that they like with these. Isn't that cute? I was trying to figure out what paper this was, but I can't think of what this is when I look at it, this polka dot back. If you guys know what this paper is from, shout it out, because I was really trying to remember. And then here they did it with the window scene with window wishes, which I absolutely love. Oh, Halloween. I'm so excited about Halloween. I don't know how many of you actually craft for Halloween. If you guys are still watching, whether it's live or in the replay, let me know. I know with these catalog walkthroughs, not everybody, can hang in for the whole video. So if you are watching this live or in the replay, let me know if you make cards or little 3D crafts, treat bags, anything like that for Halloween. I love making projects for Halloween, but I don't know if it's as popular. Now, one thing that I really wanted to point out before I start talking about the Halloween products here, they are mentioning these mini pocket envelope dies. These little mini pocket envelope dies that you're seeing right here, I think can be used all holiday season long. So those are actually in the annual catalog, I believe. Yeah, AC, the annual catalog, page 172. If you get a chance and you haven't already seen those, check those out because they are perfect. They were absolutely perfect. I was so excited to see these with the best witches. They're also mentioning the Stars treat bags, which are in this new catalog here. And they used it for Halloween here as well, which was really, really cute. Now here we have the black and white designs, 12 by 12 paper, and the Best Witches stamp set. I mean, first of all, and if you want to color images or if you want to do something really fun in terms of a craft project with the kids or the grandkids, this set is so cute. This is whimsical and fun. This isn't scary. And that frog is over it. Look at the face on that frog. That's so funny. Okay, so on the next page, we have the Scary Cute bundle. Oh my goodness. Number one, I love silhouettes for Halloween, but this framed in sort of spooky little scene with the branches and the haunted house die cut. Oh my goodness. I love this so much. So this is a combination bundle of stamps and dies, and you can, again, buy them individually or together, but I love what they did with it here. And I did not notice this kitty cat right away, but look at what they did with the cat's eyes. Isn't that cool? Okay, so Rebecca is saying, is the polka dot paper from the Sweetest Christmas DSP? You know what? You might be right. We're going to get to that, but let me go to Sweetest Christmas really quick because I could not figure out what paper that was. Oh, you know what? You might be right. Let's see. Here's the polka dot. Here's the polka dot here. It looks a little dark on this page. Let me see. I'm going to go back because I really was curious about that. No, I think you're right. I think that's it. All right, let me see. I'm actually going to, I have the sample paper pack here from the paper share. So let's just take a look. Just going to take a quick break to try to figure this out. Now, when things photograph, they can photograph lighter, but I think you are exactly right. What an incredible eye you have. Thank you so much, Rebecca. That's awesome. So I think she's right. I think this is it right here. All right. So that is from Sweetest Christmas. Cool. So you can use it on projects all season long. Okay. So the next one for Halloween is the Bewitching Bundle. This is a punch and stamp set, and just have to mention there's glitter washi tape this year. 4 colors. It looks like green, black, purple, and orange. The official colors would be Highland Heather, Old Olive, Pumpkin Pie, and Basic Black. Does it get any cuter than that? And I mean, this is classic Halloween. The imagery doesn't get more iconic than that. And then they've used it here with the tags. And this is the, did they mention? I think these are the Peekaboo bags. I think these are the Peekaboo gift bags right here. I'll let you guys know at the end there, but I think that's what that's from. This was another standout to me. Whenever I'm looking at a catalog, one of the things that I am asking myself is, what can I use for everything? Like if I need something to cover all of the bases, what can we really get the biggest bang for our buck, right? Gingham Cottage, I think, is it in this catalog, probably more so than anything else. This is really gonna stretch for you. So number one, wreaths can be year round, right? You could use them for pretty much all season, all themes. They're very iconic or idyllic or whatever the word is. I can't think of the right word. Classic maybe at Christmas time especially. But you have a combination of either stamped wreath images or die cuts or a combination of the two. You can do fall, Halloween, Christmas. With this particular set, we have a hello, a boo, a Merry Christmas, and grateful. We even have an inside sentiment here. We have the berries, we have leaves, we have an acorn, we have, what is that, a spider? We have a spider. We have 2 different types of bows, a stamped bow and a die cut bow here. So that alone, the bundle is really going to stretch for you. But here, and this is the particular bundle in Suite that I'm going to be basing my Christmas in July card class off of. This paper, number one, it's a very large paper pack. There's actually 48 sheets in this pack, which is why it's a little more expensive than the other paper packs. And this is called Gingham Cottage, just like the Suite. But it has all of the color range of all of the holiday of anything that you would need, but it also would cover spring as well. So really great. Even though it's in the holiday catalog, it can be an all year set. Even the coordinating products that they have here in this suite. So the pearlized enamel effect basics, you have white. They're calling this black, but it's like a grayish black, and then red. So those could be 3 colors for anything, honestly. Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, winter theme. It could be for so many different things. And then we also have this silver threaded twine. Now, this twine is really cool. It's actually pretty thick, and I haven't quite figured out how I want to use it yet, but we are going to use it in the class. So I absolutely love this suite. I think that this has a lot going on here. Incredible samples too. I love the 3 wreaths and the slimline card as well. Okay, so for this one, I guess everybody has like a favorite and then kind of, I don't want to call it a least favorite because I just don't, I wasn't paying much attention to it. So this one is called Brightest Beauty. I'm really curious to see what people make with this. This doesn't really stand out to me, but it has some pretty cool imagery here. And you can see over here, I mean, the cards are beautiful. But just for me, it's like a really simple set. And here it looks like we have some care, some concern. So proud of you. No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. I mean, the sentiments are beautiful. You are always stronger than you think. I think this could make some great patterned background here. And then we also have this, oh, wishing you a happy retirement. That passed me right on by. And then we have a coordinating die set here. So there is a bundled savings opportunity with this set. All right, this is adorable. So adorable. So this is called Design a Treat Bundle. I mean, I just wish I had it here to show to you. This is something I would love to get. You could do reindeer, bat, you could do something a little bit more classic and simple. So we have a combination of the treat box, different ways that you can decorate the treat box, but they also have some of these for you, some patterns, and then numbers in the actual dies, which is what we're seeing here. So you can see those die cut number pieces, whether you're doing the positive or the negative of the die cut. And here's a bunny rabbit, but it pretty much doesn't get cuter than that. Here is an example of the way that they're using that line stamp. So that's pretty cool to see too. And here they've used it for a card, for backgrounds for a card. So you can definitely extend the life of that set by doing it with cards as well. Okay, this one did stand out to me. I love this set. So this is called Ringed with Nature. The Ringed with Nature bundle. This has coordinating paper in the Sale-a-Bration brochure, which we'll get to. But really beautiful imagery. Love the font here. Love and warmth. Get well soon. Just for you. Thinking of you. Happy anniversary. Merry Christmas. Look at these, like the pieces of wood here. Like a stump almost. But really, really cool. So this one has a hybrid folder. So this has a hybrid embossing folder. That means that the dies fit into the embossing folder, and in one pass, you can die cut and emboss. And then it also has the stamp set here. And there are 22 stamps in this particular set. So that one is really nice. I love this. This is actually the lid of a treat box. So that's a very cool gift. And there are those natural wood elements again, which I'm really liking this year. Okay, and then over here we have Vintage Christmas. If you guys have the bottle punch from the annual catalog, it will fit this as well. So they just kind of snuck it in and they're mentioning it here. It's called the Vintage Bottle Punch. Bottle punch, I should say. This is cool. And it looks like you can sort of mix and match this with different things. And then, of course, we have those, when you use the punch and punch it out, if you want to make a shaker out of it, we have the shaker pieces that would go with this as well. Okay, Splendid Day. I don't really have any particular thoughts about Splendid Day. When I look at this suite, I think it looks like everything. You know, it doesn't necessarily look like it's particularly Christmas. Like you could kind of use this year round. So if you're looking for a more versatile suite that doesn't necessarily have to be holiday, Splendid Day is probably it. If you love foiled paper, you are probably going to love the paper because one of the sides of every sheet is like all foil, which I'll show you guys in a couple minutes. This is a distinctive stamp set. This is what they look like. They also have these, they're called open leaf trinkets. They're pretty cool. I haven't seen these in person yet. And then also soft sea foam binding ribbon, 3/8 of an inch, really pretty. But this, I mean, with the pastels and everything, it just looks like almost like spring mini catalog to me. Okay, so Forever Friendship. This set is cute. So this again is a little bit more season. Time for a cardigan. That's cute. Our friendship will live forever. Unlike most of the plants I've owned. I read that wrong. Our friendship will live forever, unlike most of the plants I've owned. That is true of me. I just can't thank you enough. Happy birthday. this typewriter with the thank you in a heart shape on here. That's so adorable. We have this little flag, of course, with the plants that are probably going to die soon. They look like they're flourishing there, though. So that's a really cute set. Look at the cards that they did with the cardigan. That's cute. Love background stamping. That's what they did here. Okay, so we're coming to the end. We're almost there. This is Celebrate with Tags bundle. So if you are looking to make tags, if that's like a project that you do for the holidays, this is going to be a great set for you. And look at this mitten imagery, made with love, Merry Christmas, really nice, easy to read fonts. Those are really cute. You can kind of see them in action here. Okay, what is this? I don't think I paid any attention to this page. Hold on. Ooh, we have a lot of sentiments on this one. Very best occasions. This is a bundle, and it looks like, oh, you guys, very best trio punch. So our trio punch just retired. So this must be the new version. So I don't see any corner rounder, but it looks like we have some interesting edging here. So this is an edged punch right here. And I'm trying to see if it's on any of the others. So it looks like it kind of cuts off a corner. It will punch in like a tag piece, like a middle tag piece, and then kind of create that cute edge here on the edge of a square, which is nice. And then we have a lot of sentiments. This covers a lot of occasions, which is really nice. That trio punch really snuck by me. Okay. Here we have Sun-Kissed. If you guys are all about the beach and the holidays, look at this. So they use those pearlized effects on this palm tree. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That's cute. I have an aunt who lives down in Florida, so that would be ideal for her, but she does come up here for the holidays. Okay, and so I think we're pretty much at the end. Yep. So in the end, this is where you can kind of see those dies or punches a little closer up if you would want to. I'm just going to kind of breeze through this section and walk through the end of the catalog here. So you can refer to this sort of bundle index here if you need to. And then they also have kind of like a catalog at a glance where you can kind of in the back see all of the different stamp sets that are offered in this catalog. This is where all of the papers are that are going to be part of the paper share. We have punches at the top. If you need a quick reference for embellishments, if you're trying to think, you know, what you want to have for your cards this year, these two pages in the back are for you, pages 82 and 83. Accents and embellishments. Specialty papers are over on page 83 right here. These are the ones that you would get less of traditionally, but they're really standout specialty papers. And then back here, hosting. So if you guys are interested in host rewards, that means if you yourself spend $150 or more, you can earn hostess rewards. You can choose the Caroling Mice stamp set, or you can choose the Celebrate Everything 12 by 12 Designer Series paper pack. Those are both host-only items that can be redeemed. If you go up to 300 in sales, this is whether or not you're hosting a party or purchasing on your own, or 450 or 600 or more, you get a percentage of Stampin' Rewards. So you get a percentage that you can put towards free product. So that's always something to keep in mind. And now I want to go over and chat with you guys about the Sale-a-Bration Brochure, which we know it's like me to start losing things. So here we go. I'm going to set these down. We can go through. Let me see. I could not possibly have gone far. Here it is. Okay. All right. So for the Sale-a-Bration Brochure, this is much shorter, so this won't take as long. But one thing that I want to point out before I start getting into, well, you know what? Let me do this first. So I was able to show you guys the hippest hippos, and they are the cutest. Here is the stamp set. There are coordinating dies. So here's how Sale-a-Bration works. If you spend $50 before tax, you can choose Hippest Hippos, and here's the item number, as your free product. If you spend 50 more, whether it's in the same purchase or another purchase later during Sale-a-Bration between July 1st and August 31st, you can get the coordinating dies for free with a $50 purchase. Here are some of the most super adorable samples that they created. And a shout out, I can't remember this one of my viewers on YouTube. She was the nicest lady. She messaged me and told me, because I could not figure out what that little propeller was. And she said, if you look at the Sale-a-Bration brochure, it's on the boat. It's a propeller on the boat. So thank you so much for telling me that. I'm so grateful. That was driving me crazy. Okay, this paper, I absolutely really love this paper. This is called Rings of Love 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. It is fabulous, you guys. It's so versatile, and it goes with that bundle that we just talked about, Ring with Nature. This is free with a $50 purchase. All right, I was very surprised by these. I actually ordered these so that I could see what these look like in person. They are great. You get 20 card bases and 20 envelopes. That is fabulous. They look so plain, but they have beautiful patterns on them. Free with a $50 purchase. They are gorgeous. So they're saying that this coordinates with the Splendid Day Suite. It goes with more than that. I'm just going to tell you right now. I could not recommend those enough. Stylish sketches, really, really cute imagery that you can choose with a $50 purchase. This could be yours for free. All right, silver and gold. This was popular. So you can choose this as your free item with a $50 purchase. Silver and gold, polka dots and stripes in both shades, and it's foiled. So absolutely love that. This amazing phrasing, this could be free with a $100 purchase. So if you spend $150 before tax, you can combine your rewards. You could choose that as your $100 item, and you could choose this as your $50 item. So that's just something that you can keep in mind. As you spend at those levels, you just keep earning rewards. Okay, so, oh, this one. So this is the Tree Lot dies, and it will tell me here. Yes, it does coordinate with the Trees for Sale stamp set. How incredible are these projects? I mean, that is adorable. This is one of my favorites. This is probably one of my favorite Sale-a-Bration items ever, and I haven't even gotten it yet. So Tree Lot dies, that would be free with a $100 purchase. So if you purchase that stamp set, that can contribute to getting you the matching dies for free. All right, and then here, Wonderful World. This was a favorite of mine. I made a thank you card set with these. You guys really enjoyed that. So if you are interested in getting Wonderful World, that is a stamp set and paper pack coordinating free with a $100 purchase. And again, host rewards. So if you spend, again, right, like we have the mini catalog breakdown, but during Sale-a-Bration, so again, between July 1st and August 31st, and I want to go over this in detail because I want you guys to know what you're going to get for free depending on what you spend. You can get, if you spend, whether it's a party order or a personal order, they're saying right here, $300, not including shipping. You'll also receive the Perfect Pomegranate stamp set for free. So that will automatically be added to your order if your order is over $300. This is the Perfect Pomegranate set, and you'll see here it's listed specifically as host. So even though it's Sale-a-Bration and even though it's a free reward, you only earn this with a certain amount of your order. Okay, so if you guys have any questions about that, just let me know. But hopefully I explained that right. And look at the beautiful card that they made with that one too. So that's something to keep in mind. Look at this. How cool is that? Okay, so this is what I really wanted to get into with you guys. And I won't spend too much time on it, but I really want to show you this planner. So during Sale-a-Bration, Stampin' Up! Is offering a special promotion. It is a starter kit offer that includes something called the Making Plans collection. So what that means is when you purchase the starter kit, you spend $99. You have to pay tax on it, but you get free shipping. And you will also get the Making Plans collection for free. So let me just show you what that looks like really quickly. And this promotion will end on August 31st. And this is not something that can be purchased. This is something that you can only get when you join during Sale-a-Bration. So whenever you join, whenever you purchase the starter kit, you're going to choose the products that you want in your kit. You customize it. You choose up to 125 in product value, and then you pay $99. So you save $26. You get free shipping, and you're also going to get the Making Plans collection. Okay. So I'm just going to walk you through this, but they also have it like point by point in the back of the Sale-a-Bration brochure as well. So you get the case, of course. Here are some cool stickers. I'm just going to show those first because I kind of tucked them in this pocket right here. If you are somebody who really loves to decorate planners, you are really going to enjoy this. Or if this is something that you wanted to try, this is really fabulous. The top half of this is really more in terms for demonstrators, but the lower half here is for anyone. Going places, I love lists, be kind, let's do this. I mean, really, really cute. So I'm just going to tuck these back here because I haven't actually started my planner yet, but I promised myself I would start putting things in it today. I just put it together today. So you have your overview of the year, 2022, 2023. This is an 18-month calendar. I have 5 months in it right now. So if you are getting interested in either getting organized for the rest of the year, making your plans, scheduling things out, or this is something that you're trying to get more organized with doing, the layouts that they've created for this planner are really nice. Creating purpose, where you can write down your values, your passions, your skills, your mission. Looking ahead, just a great layout here. Aspirations, habits that you want to create. Don't we all have those? Enjoy more of, and objectives. I started with tab 7 because this planner actually starts in July of 2022 and then runs through the end of 2023. We have one of these little placeholders here, really beautiful, that you would get in your planner. I'm just gonna pop this back on right here. Just kind of tuck those in. All right, and then each month has a monthly focus and then the monthly calendar. Now, I did not realize when I was first putting this together, I kind of shuffled my papers and I had these all out of order, but I have since fixed it. So when you open yours, if you decide to get the starter kit, if you get this planner as part of your starter kit, keep the packs together neatly when you start to put your planner together. So here you have your weekly priorities for 4 to 5 weeks every month that you might need. And we go through August, September, October, November, December. Of course, once I get through all of these months, I'll fill this up for the new year. And then in the back here, you can put these in like each month if you want to. I just kind of tucked extras in the back until I know how I'm going to use them. But we have checklists here. You have a monthly review at the end of each month if you want to kind of review how your month went, how you did with your goals and all of that. Here we have grid paper on the back side of the list. And then there is a different one here where you could just do some journaling, like some note writing here. And then on this page, if you need more organized boxes, you can add that. So if you like to add a little bit more in terms of sections to your like aspirations, goals, priorities, that would go on a sheet like this. And there are lots of extras of this one in here. It also comes with 3 notebooks. So this is one of the 3. One of the notebooks is completely blank, one is lined, and one is grid paper. Okay, so there is a lot that comes with this, and I'm not going to go through every single little thing, but I just like to tuck the notebook into the back here. This is my pen. I love all things rose gold, so I added this. I thought it matched perfectly with the planner. And then just to give you guys an idea of how much you get with it, I'm just going to show you this little pile, but I'm not going to go through everything. So this is already set up and ready to be filled when the new year comes around. So I'm just going to put this in a container until it's time to fill it up. But you can kind of see here just exactly how much you get. There's so much. There's so much there. Okay, so that is the planner. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know. A couple of things that I didn't mention about when you purchase the starter kit, you get a 20% discount as a demonstrator, first access to seeing and getting catalogs. You can participate in pre-orders, which means getting the product, purchasing it ahead of it actually being released to the public. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Okay, now here I wanted to show you guys a little bit about cottage wreaths. So I don't think I grabbed the actual stamp set. I didn't. But this is the stamp set, and these are the coordinating dies, and I really wanted to show that to you in terms of scale. If you look at the wreath from Window Wishes compared to the wreaths in the cottage wreaths bundle, completely different scale, okay, and also different art. So just something to keep in mind there. But these are the items that I'm going to be using in my Christmas in July online class. You could do independent die cut wreaths, or you could do stamped wreaths, or you could do a combination of. Now, when I announce my classes, usually the products are add-on. So I'll have more information about that coming out after the live. So what I want to do now is just sort of go through some of the designer series paper packs and show you. I'm going to set the Sale-a-Bration pieces aside. Let's go through these first. So I'm going to start with Sweetest Christmas. And you can see how cute these paper packs are. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love them. Both sides. Just so, so cute. Everything about the candy cane theme just speaks to me. I love stripes. I love candy canes. I love peppermint white hot chocolate, I should say. So, so cute. All right, I think that's our last sheet. Yep. There's that one. Okay, so that's Sweetest Christmas. Now what I'm showing you here is 1/8 of a pack. And the ones that will be in my paper share will be 1/4 pack. Okay, so this is Santa Express. Oh my goodness. I was kind of doing some sneak peeks of this paper. But you can do the train theme is like one side, and then we have some more of these traditional background patterns on the other side. Absolutely love the scenes. You could cut that right in half and do 2 different card layouts if you would want to. Look at those presents. So that looks very retro to me. So, so cute. And then here we have our Santas. So we have like our Santas that are in the train. And then we also have like the dancing Santa and Mrs. Claus paper. And then there's that side. And then we also have this. Isn't that fabulous? Oh, that is so gorgeous. And you don't always see green snowflake paper, but that is really cool. That stood out to me. Okay, Celebrate Everything is that host paper that we were just talking about. And this is exactly what it says it is. It is everything. So let me just show you guys here. We have some fireworks. I'm just going to sort of page through this. Stripes, polka dots, some swirly patterns here. These could be all year round or holiday. This looks a lot like that men's set that just retired, the baseball one. And then we have these retro looking ornaments, really, really cute. We have some candy going on here with some gingerbread. Some scallop, they almost look like clouds, but scalloped sort of look there. Some more fireworks you can color. One thing that I really wish would have been in the mini that didn't quite make it in was a very distinct Halloween paper pack. We have like the black and white, and we have the gingham that has the orange and all of that, but I really would like to see more like this. So we do have some Halloween paper in the Celebrate Everything pack. but I guarantee you I'll be doing lots of backgrounds this year for Halloween. All right, and then we have this really great leaf pattern here. So cute. I would color that brown. And then we have the trees and sort of like our green lined pattern here. Okay, lights aglow. This one I'm excited to show you guys because this is the one that I feel like just wasn't doing it justice, you know. Let me see if I can do this at an angle so that you guys can see like the glow on that. Isn't that beautiful? You could cut that into 4 and actually use that as frames, you know, with sentiments in there. Just looking at this, I can tell you I would probably heat and emboss stuff in there. But I just think that that's really beautiful. Here's the other side. We have it in this color as well. So beautiful. Love this. Very, very rich. It just looks very elegant and very, almost like very high end or luxurious, I think is the word that I'm looking for. Okay, so there we go. We got some stars on the other side. Love the trees. You can cut those out. Use those on the back of your cards. We have our snowflakes here. Red, green. Love that. Great, great background papers here. This is a very vanilla base. So beautiful. Really stood out to me. I didn't really catch my eye as much until I saw it in person. Love the tree. If that's what that is, I think that's what that is. Like it looks like a tree design to me. And then here we have more stars. Okay, so that is Lights Aglow. All right, next one is the black and white DSP. I will be getting my Stampin' Blends out and adding some colors to these, particularly for Halloween. But really, really cute. And then the identical patterns are in black and gray on the other side. So I don't know if I showed that, but let me just kind of go through. There we go. So you can see there. And then our Painted Christmas, which is our returning paper. I'm still going to show it though, because it might be your first year seeing it. Love the pine cone imagery. Again, really focused on like more of the botanical theme. Love that. Really classic, beautiful paper. Okay, here are the gnomes. So cute. Let me show you the other side. So the other side of the gnomes could be used for winter. But absolutely adorable imagery there. I think this would be perfect with the Yeti. And then we have these two. But this, I think, is the cutest paper of this pack. I absolutely loved that. I thought that was so cute. Okay. And then we have our Gingham Cottage, which I have actually shown previously, but let me see if I can just kind of fan through it briefly. So we have the oranges, we have black and white and gray. Absolutely fabulous. That classic red and white. All year round set. Here's that Boughs of Holly. You can cut these out and make that a centerpiece on a card. I just think that is so beautiful. Love the bark. Then we have the trees here. Just really, really love this paper. Really classic look. This reminds me of like when the church steps are completely lined with poinsettias. Really, this was interesting to me. I don't know if I would do that combination, but I think as a background that would look pretty cool. Okay, and then let's see what else we have. We have, oh, I haven't showed you Rustic Harvest yet. Here are festive foils. Festive foils is technically part of Lights Aglow. And you can see these are single-sided. And hopefully that light is catching. You guys can see that. And then our next one is Rustic Harvest. I think this is a must. This is the one that is low inventory, this particular suite, as we speak. And then the other side is black and white. So we have the papers here. You can color these whatever images you'd like. We have the pumpkins. Okay, here's Splendid Day. So if you guys wanted to see, like, this is kind of like super high shine. Hopefully that doesn't reflect badly in the camera, but the shine side is on the side A, and then side B is like the more subtle version of the pattern. And you can see that's all the way through. All right, and then here are the Rings of Love. This is Sale-a-Bration paper. Stunning paper. I did show this previously on a live, so I'm going to go quickly through this one. And then you guys have seen Wonderful World because I've done a complete separate video on that. And here is the silver and gold. So we have the gold line and polka dot, and we have the silver line and polka dot. Okay, and then the one thing that I forgot to show you with the Making Plans collection for the starter kit is there's a stamp set that goes with it too, and it has all the things. Okay, so I know that that was a long live, so you guys are probably going to be fast forwarding through the replay, but let me go ahead and just switch it back. Okay, so thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight for the holiday catalog walkthrough, which is officially called the July to December 2022 mini catalog from Stampin' Up. I am so thrilled that you could walk through the catalog with me, go through the Sale-a-Bration catalog, or I should say the Sale-a-Bration brochure with me, learn about everything that's going to be available for Sale-a-Bration from July 1st through August 31st. But the catalog itself, the mini catalog, is going to run from July through December. So I'm going to go back to my, let me see if I can pull this up really quickly. So I just wanted to refer to it again. I will put the replay up. I'm hoping I'm not going to have any problem downloading this replay. And if I don't, I will put the replay up on YouTube. But now this is a replay that I'm actually not going to edit. I'm just going to post it as is because we just kind of went through everything and we had to go through a lot of details tonight. But I'll have more information on my blog. The one thing that I did want to point out here is that if you guys aren't already on my email list, I did put a link right here. It's in the comments. You can actually sign up for my email list. After I'm done with this video, I am going to publish information about the Christmas in July online class if you're interested in my email list. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope that you enjoyed everything. Be sure to let me know in the comments what your favorites are in the new catalog. I would love to hear it. And I will see you guys again on Sunday.
at 7:30 p.m. If I don't see you again this weekend, have a wonderful 4th of July. Have a safe and happy holiday. And I will see you again soon. All right. Bye bye.